Alright, here I am. I'm at one of only two areas in Las Vegas that I've identified where you can get to an area and get material. And this is the only one spot in all Las Vegas where you have a water source close by, although it's illegal to wade in the water here, so I can't set my sluice run up over there on that beach. And I wouldn't want to go in the water because there's a toxic landfill about a mile upstream here next to a school. And that's how Henderson, Nevada plans their communities. But anyway, so they just dump this stuff into the river here, and then supposedly some rapids, some reeds and waterfalls is going to purify the stuff before it gets to Lake Las Vegas, which is a premier community downstream. Believe me, it smells. Definitely going to shower before I do anything other than this today. But the river is it's not as high as it was. You can see here some of the terminal marine that it was up to probably a day ago, so it's gone down about 3 feet. And then I'm right here at a what I call a gorge or a gulch. This is a dry riverbed that's, it flows when it rains, and it was raining upstream earlier this morning, but no water has made it down here. It usually sinks right into the soil unless it's really hard. But I got a pail of concentrate from, there's concrete culverts that go under the road, and because they have a concrete bottom, thinking that, well, the heavier stuff can't make it out of the tunnel, so I just used my little brush there, and I used my shovel to scoop it up, and I put it in that pail. That pail was full to the top. It was rounded over, and I brought my blue bowl to Las Vegas, but I didn't. I was gonna make other altercations to it and make it a little bit better, but I need to have a water source in, and I need a constant water source like I had in Denver, and I had it in Atlanta, Georgia. But here there's no real gradient, and you're not allowed to wade in the water, so I can't go over the waterfall, I can't go over the rapids. Believe me, the water is polluted. I don't want to step in it either, so I'm trying to stay out of it. There's a slight overcast, thank goodness, because this cool 86 degree breeze is a lot nicer than the 115 it would be if these clouds were in here. So it's about maybe 9:30 in the morning, so it's still early. I just hope these clouds hang around long enough. But I definitely love these cool breezes. 86 degrees isn't cool, but where I'm from in Florida, 86 is kind of hot. But compared to 98, which it usually is, with 95% humidity, so the humidity feels like 130. It's not too bad here, but even the 110 degree weather here in Vegas, you could feel it's burning your skin, but it's still not as bad as Fort Myers when it comes to sunburn, because there you broil and bake at the same time. But anyway, getting back to gold mining, so I got my sluice run out, and I leveled it the best I care to. Really, it doesn't really matter. I'm filling up my blue bowl with some water, dumping it in the pail, and the pail overflows into the sluice run. So let's take a look and see it in action. It's really very, very rudimentary. I should have brought a battery with a 12 volt pump, and I could just pump water out of the stream here and put it in the sluice run. Although they say you can't do any mechanical gold mining off the Las Vegas wash. That's where I am right now. So I just dump it in here like that, and then I already have some material in there, and it overflows a little bit and helps wash the stuff down the sluice run. So sometimes I go up here and I'll put the water in, and then sometimes I'll just stir it around a little bit, and then I'll just push some stuff over and have it wash down. I have to admit, Nevada is not known for gold. I mean, anywhere between the state of Colorado and the Gulf of California, where the Colorado River empties into, and any floodplain thereof, has a chance of having gold, because Colorado is rich in gold. Almost every shovelful of mud or whatever you're digging there in Colorado has gold in it. And that's the Rocky Mountains. The only other area with known gold is Sacramento area, just to the east of it, in the American River, some of the tributaries of that. the both North and South Fork of the American River, and some of the other rivers go into Sierra Nevadas there. But since we're here in Las Vegas, we have to make do with what we got. And I can see a lot of gypsum, which is very light calcium type of rock. They make concrete out of it. I could see shale. I could see some metamorphic rock, a lot of basalt. But quartz, no. I see white calcite. I mean, I don't see anything. That's a heavy rock. This is more of a volcanic floodplain, which is light stuff inside of a volcano. And that doesn't, on the outside of the periphery of the volcano where there's saltwater intrusion, then you're going to get quartz. You can get some of the gold is drawn up into the quartz. But this looks like I've been to the island of Trinidad and Tobago in the Caribbean, and there's some mud volcanoes, and that's exactly what this type of sediment looks like. It looks like a mud volcano, and that's all really muddy, very, it looks like broken brick and other stuff that's coming up, and it's really, it looks just like this, and there's no gold in it. And that's in the southern part of Trinidad. The northern range of Trinidad, however, that's being thrust upward. Anywhere where there's a jagged peak, anywhere where the crust of the earth is being thrust apart, like the Sierra Nevadas are being thrust upwards, and the coastal range, well, that's kind of like squeezing upwards too. But anywhere where there's a fault zone like that, that's where you're going to find gold. So anywhere in Trinidad, in the mountains on the coast of Venezuela, including Colombia, and then Central America down by El Salvador, Guatemala, some parts of Nicaragua, and then of course in Mexico too. The southern, both the Mexico is quite fascinating because they have gold on the southern coast, but more so in the northern, on the northeast coast of those mountains, near a little south of Tampico, a little west of I guess what's it? It's that I forget the name of it. It sounds like a ketchup. It's like Absicol or something. Anyway, so I'm looking at my pan. I see no color. I mean, something should be staring back at me. I see nothing. Something glittering. I mean, you got something down there. It looks like it looks like sulfur. That's the stuff that would come out of a volcano. So I'm just going to do this one test bucket, and I'm going to wash this concentrate a little bit more. After I get it washed, I'm going to take it apart and pull the screens and pull the miner's moss, and then I'll take a look at it and see if there's any gold. Now, I use this gold thing in Colorado, and undoubtedly there is some gold dust from Colorado still left in here. Some minor gold, because that's what happens. The gold just sticks onto the miner's moss until it's like extremely dry, and then once it's dry, then it falls off. That's like what gold does to quartz. When quartz is submerged in water, you can see the gold on it, but when it comes out of water and the quartz dries, then the gold just, the gold dust, that's basically what it is, just blows off, and then you see less and less gold, because the gold is has a weak affinity with the salt / quartz, and it sticks to it. But once it's out of water, it loses that extra help to bond it. So I'm not going to bore you anymore. I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing here until I'm down to the end of the bucket, and then I'll share the results. All right, later.